Welcome back, humans! You know what day it is, and I'm back with a middle of the week vent session. And before I get started, I would appreciate it, humans, if you would smash that like button, hit that subscription, and turn on your notifications, because I'm here twice a week. And with that said, my name is Jaime, and let's get on with some vents, shall we? Okay, humans! An upstate New York hospital, apparently in late September, there's only like 1 week left, I think. So like sometime this next week, they're supposedly they said they're gonna like pause baby deliveries. They're just gonna like pause them. And I don't even want to put the name on blast, but just know it's one in upstate New York. But they're just gonna like just pause like baby deliveries. Like you can't just like a woman's gonna go to labor whether you want it or not. But if last time I checked, otherwise unless you're scheduling a birth, like if you got to get a cesarean, you know what I'm saying, section or whatever, C-section. If you're scheduling that kind of thing, yeah, maybe you can like schedule the date of birth. But if like the baby's coming, I think the baby's coming. So that's all I got to say. I mean, I don't know if a woman could just pause labor. Like, okay, hold on, hit the pause button. I got to wait a little bit because they're pausing baby labors. They're not delivering babies there. People are just going to have them at home or whatever. You're not going to like just deny them care if they show up, in labor. At least I don't think they would. Because that'd be cold if you did. Like a woman's in danger and serious need of medical attention. And you're going to be like, well, the baby deliveries are paused right now. And you're going to turn away in the emergency room. You guys might want to go down a few miles down that way. We'll tell them you're coming, or something. That'd be kind of cold. Like, how are they going to react when it's baby pausing time and the woman's got to have the baby right now? You can't, there's not like a calendar inside. There is. It's like a natural calendar. And when it's time to go, it's time to go. A chicken knows when to crack out of the egg. So does a baby alligator. And so does the baby out of the womb. You don't just got a pause button on the womb. Last time I checked. There can be an exit button, like I said, if there's like a planned pregnancy thing. Or planned pregnancy. I don't want to say the wrong term, but I mean, like I said, if there's a planned birth, if you got like a planned C-section or something, and but like, otherwise, I don't see like the baby. It's time. It's time. It's coming. The baby is coming. Water broke. Woman's dilating. You better be ready to catch it because it's coming. I don't think they're gonna just turn you away if you show up in labor. I don't think they're that like gonna be like that. But you never know. Sometimes, I mean, you see people tripping right now over some other shit. So you never know. They could just be out cold and like, I don't care. We're following our policy. It's kind of cold, like I said. I don't know. I mean, if they act that way, if they're going to just like shut the doors on, they're going to bring in the stab wound victims and like leave the lady in labor outside. Have like a security barricade, like backing her up and then like letting other people in. Like my arm's broke, or something. I sprained my ankle and I need some x-rays. While the lady used to be having a baby inside the hospital. That'd be bananas if they do turn them away. I don't see them doing that, but, I mean, sheesh. Because, depending on how serious or what part of the labor stage she's in, there's not really like a delay, if you can make it to another hospital. Or if you're far away from a hospital. We weren't the closest, but fortunately we had like great traffic when my wife went into labor and her son was being born. It was kind of crazy, when our son was being born, like I was the crazy one and she was like the calm one. I thought like I was the one going to head debate. Like I was the one, even though I wasn't, like I was running like a chicken with my head cut off, like she was like, I think my water broke. And I just jumped up like what? And I'm like, okay, let's go let's do this. And she's like, okay, just grab this here. You need this. And the keys are over there. And I'm just all like going like, how are you so calm? I thought I thought you're having a baby, you know what I mean? And so yeah, I was all going like crazy. And she was the calm one. So that's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know, like I said, if they'll just be turning people away. But when the baby's got to come, the baby's got to come. That's all I'm saying. It's time to have the baby. The baby is coming to the earth. It's kind of crazy. Not the birth part. I'm just saying if they turn them away. This is just bananas. Y'all would be cold. So I don't know if you are familiar with this new spending bill that people have been talking about. Actually, they're not really talking about it because I guess they want this like big giant, 10,000 page spending bill to go out of the, go under the bushes and under the carpet without people just not even, hearing anything about it. And it's kind of bananas. Like there's just certain things that people were highlighting, so I went and looked them up. Um, a certain bank manager was actually notifying their customers of these new regulations that they're going to have to do at their bank, which violates a lot of people's like financial privacies. A lot of people, because apparently, and he stated in the letter, you guys are my loyal customers, and this and that. He was from a bank in Grand Rapids, and he just said he feels like they feel like they don't have the right to violate your, financial privacy. And they thought that people shouldn't be aware of this. And they want you to know that, they value you as a customer, but these people are trying to like push this on a lot of banks and a lot of people and a lot of other financial institutions, to violate your privacy. And they want to know about every single transaction that you are making. Apparently they say, only transactions over $600. But I ain't buying that. I think if you let them in just the $600, they're going to have access to your account. You think you're just going to be like, oh, wait, the $600, the 587 that's left, just leave that. Don't look over there. How do you know it's 587? You weren't supposed to look past the $600. Okay? So then everybody's bank's going to have to just keep like at 590. They'll be wondering, there'll be all kinds of audits going on. Like, where's like, you're a successful, businessman. Where's all your money? It's in the bank. That's all we It's in the bank because you ain't taking. It's just bananas. I don't think you should be allowed to know what everybody does with your money. I mean, you probably already do. If you ask me, they probably already do. And now they're just trying to make it a rule so they can just make it a rule. Like, look, we're supposed to know what you're doing anyway. like they're getting greedy. Like, you're getting some crazy mean grandparents. Like, the mean grandparents. Like, you got some cool grandparents, then you got the mean grandparents that won't let you do nothing. And they don't want you to touch nothing. Like the ones that got the hard ass plastic on the seat, and they're in the furnitures and stuff. You don't even want you to touch nothing. They don't want to sit you on the good cushion even. It's crazy. Or the mean grandparents will put out the good placemats and tell you not even to touch the damn thing. Don't put your plate on that. And keep your food on the table, but don't touch the mat. You're gonna have to levitate your plate, like hold your plate up in the air and eat like military style, or something. Trying to keep your food off the plate. Or the plate off the table. But anyways, they should be leaving us alone, man. I don't think they should be worrying about what money we be spending. And especially, like I said, I don't think they're going to just go into your bank and only if you're spending $600, they're going to look. Because according to this, they have to report annually to the IRS. And that means they'll know like our mortgage payments, your car payments, what you're doing for a living, which, you have to file for your taxes. So they probably know that part, what company you do. But I mean, they're getting in a lot of different things, man. Like even if you're going like to the grocery store, like your food monthly spending bills and things like that, like there's going to be all these, like, they're just trying to get too much in it. And I don't think they need to get all up in it like that, especially if they're trying to do it like without us, like even knowing, like, maybe they're going to start some crazy stuff on the news so we ain't talking about it while they just slip it under the rug. They're going to get some crazy thing going on with everybody outside and doing crazy things. And they're going to push this through, and it's going to really suck for people because we don't have many privacies as it is. That's what I mean. Like, they probably already know. That's what I mean. I believe they already know. So they're just trying to make it like a rule. Like, okay, now you just so you know, we've been doing it, but now we're allowed. So I just don't believe that they should be allowed to, get into all of our business. You give them some of our business, but I don't think you give them all of our business. Excuse me. But yeah, I just think that's kind of bananas. I don't know what you think, humans. I think they're trying to just get too much in all our biz. And then like they're, I don't know, I kind of feel like even like the digital money, like the cryptocurrencies. I feel like they're almost like they're trying to kick down the door of that thing. And I know that's going to be worrisome for some people that are invested in it because right now I believe it's unregulated. If I'm not correct, I believe it's like unregulated where you can't, they're not doing things in there where the government can't get the little fingers in there. But I know they're trying to. They're trying to like, they're going to find some way to get in there. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's where everybody just be ready because you're going to have to get ready when they jump in there. Because if they can just snatch these, digital currencies, they might try to do it or lay these weird ass taxes on you. So I don't know, man. I would just be paying attention to that real close because they're trying to get into all like facets of things. Because like the dollar's getting stretched out as far as it can, and it's getting like less and less value. Like it's getting see-through, like it's stretched out, and that little eyeball on it, is like starting to squint because it's like the sun's getting bright because it's like getting see-through of the dollar getting stretched so far. So they're gonna try to get into all kinds of things. But we can't let them. We gotta have to try to prevent this as much as we can. We got to fight the power. No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like they're trying to, or like the new conspiracy going around is the conspiracy of the it's about the cryptocurrency. Is the new conspiracy is they created the cryptocurrency to get a lot of people's money in there, like and make it think it's all booming and banging, and then they were going to swoop in, and like have like a some kind of power outage or some computer hackage or some computer thing come out. And the money's all gone, but somehow it mysteriously went all to the government. You know what I mean? And then that's the conspiracy. Like, so they're gonna try to get people to invest in all this digital money, like when you got to get a card or a chip or whatever to spend your money. All currency. So they can control the way you spend your money, and they can wipe your money out just like zip, just like that. That's a new thing going down. Like if we got to like go on all like cashless society, like they can just shut your money off. Even if you're working, you got a good paying job or any kind of job where it makes you're making your living, and they can just like shut your money off. That's crazy because if you let them in and start doing this, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna be like, oh no, you didn't claim this, you didn't claim that $3 tip we see right here. How'd you get this? How'd you spend this much if you only made this much? Just start asking those questions. You'll be getting weird phone calls, and they'll be like showing you receipts. Like, what's this? Like, man, it's my business is what it is. And you're going to stay out of it. I just think that's a little too much. What do you think? And I don't really hear too many people talking about it. Like I said, there's too many other things going on. Because people should have some sort of privacy, which is starting to dwindle away. Because new technology is getting crazy. They're like got X-ray technology coming out, which people are going to be able to buy it with, at home. The way you can go to the store and buy a 6-pack, you can just like buy this download, and all of a sudden your shit's like X-ray. They're like that stuff's like available to people. So I don't even know like how private you are anymore. They got drones everywhere, high-tech drones. People can drive all these crazy drones. There's really not much privacy. Hackers are galore. The phones are open everywhere. It's just, it's bananas. Man, oh man. I just don't know. It kind of worries me when they're trying to get into all these things. Like, man, why? Come on, back up a little bit. Just back up a little bit. So another reason I feel like they want to, another reason like I don't trust the news, or another reason not to trust the media sometimes. And there's there's many reasons. You can just go look online. You can go anywhere or watch your just regular news and see what's going down. And you're just like, man, the media is kind of messed up. As soon as they get a hold of something, whatever it is, they put their arm, the headlock in. It's over, man. It's curtains. You know what I mean? So it's like, I just feel like it's, like I asked before in a previous episode, is this being politicized or is this not being politicized? Because I kind of feel like it's being politicized. Because when the cameras, when people think the cameras are off, you see this, and then the cameras are coming on, and then you see things like this. And I don't know what you think about that, humans, but what do you think, man? This is clear. Like, they want you to, like, listen to the rules, but certain people don't have to listen to the rules. And that's where I feel like I got a big problem with that, because I mean, come on, like, really? That's where you start to question things. That's when the questions start coming out, when you see this kind of stuff happening. Elbow to elbow. People can hang out at the Grammys. You know what I mean? Or these people can do this, but your children got to go to school all masked up. But these people can do this. And you have to wear them, and you have to do this, and you have to do all this, but they do not. And that's where I don't get it. I don't understand it. Only you have to, but they don't. We all do, and they don't. They do only when the cameras are on. And I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair at all, and I don't trust the news. I don't trust the news more and more every day. Like, more and more every day when you see things like this. I know, in like a previous episode too, when I had a news clip, and all of a sudden it switched to like some weird, Satan worshiping seance in some building, and they were like by some testing center, and all of a sudden it was like, this was room 12. You should have stayed out of room 12. We meant to go to room, 220. You guys were in the wrong room. We meant 212. So yeah, you can't be trusting the media. And that was just, like I said, it's on a previous episode. The news clip was on TV when this happened, on live TV. And you just happen to be chirping channels and like, what's this lady talking about? And all of a sudden, like, what did I just see? And good thing with this new technology, you can rewind your TV and you can record the shit. So it's like, I'm like, what did I just see there? And you rewind it, you record it, and you see a little Satan worshiping session right in the middle of a news broadcast while they're at this testing center. They were supposed to film inside this testing center, and they went into the wrong room. It's like one of those, when those comedians talk about those mansion parties. And they talk about, you ever walk by, and they said like everything was kind of going creepy, different kind of freaky things in all these different rooms. And he said, you ever walk in and just look in the wrong room? And that's exactly what happened right there. That's exactly what would happen right there. But I just don't think that's right. And that's what makes me question a lot of things when they're starting to force things on people when they're not forcing it on themselves or, not doing it themselves. So it's kind of crazy. There was this tongue twister I heard today, but I'm not even going to try to say it. And I didn't write it down because it still probably would have messed it up. But it was really hilarious. And I wish I could remember it. And I'm kind of bummed out about it. But I'll try to remember that damn thing and maybe bring it to a next episode. But it was really hilarious. And it was about all these people that follow the rules. It wasn't me that wrote it. It was someone else, and it was great. But I don't know what you think about this. What do you guys think about this? You think that it's fair that, they can be doing it this one way, and then we got to do it this way. And if we don't do it this way, we're in trouble. We get in trouble for the thing. And it bothers me. Like I said, I don't trust the news. It bothers me all the time because, the things they were like, the things they were cheering for or the things they were promoting in the media in the last couple of years, was really like, was crazy to me. And I thought it was like backwards. It felt like they were like, they were inciting the riots that were going on when it started as a protest. I think like the protest, and they were like, I felt like they were just cheering these people on when they shouldn't have been. It was like, I felt like they were doing something like in the wrong way. The media was like really fueling it, like they were throwing all kinds of gas on it. But for right now, a lot of places are asking for, that little card, And I don't know how many places are doing it right now, but I know, and let's say they're pushing it to all the restaurants. And let's say for all the restaurant owners out there, small business owners out there, if they require everybody to do this type of thing and have this card to go into your establishments, and this is where I feel like this is like bothers me, because it's like you're going to have to cater to most of the ones that were, voting to keep all your doors closed and shut your businesses down are the ones you're going to be catering to. And while the other ones that were out here rioting and protesting and making a stand, and, some people are going to jail, some people are on the cameras, standing protesting and losing their jobs and things like that, those are the ones that will be banned from your establishment. over the stupid card. And I kind of feel like that's like flip. It's kind of like it's a weird, flip flop of is that right, or you know what I mean? Because the ones that were out there fighting to keep your doors open are the ones you're gonna fucking close the door on, and the ones that was voting to keep your doors closed are the ones you're gonna have to feed and cater, and hopefully get tips from. You know what I mean? But it's kind of backwards, and I just kind of got a problem with that. I don't know about you, humans, but it kind of rubs me the wrong way when I think about it. The way the media was praising that, and then all these restaurant people, these people in their cities that ran their the governors and mayors and so-and-sos that were shutting everybody down. Those guys was allowed to go, and we weren't allowed to go. You know what I mean? And I just think that's how it would be, and that's how they want it to be. Like they want to separate people even more that way, and I don't like it. I feel it coming, I sense it, and I don't like it. Another thing, I feel like I should send a warning to like Nikki Minaj. I brought her up last episode because she was speaking out on her experiences on things, and the media tried to, jump on her. Well, now, if a conspiracy ain't in the making, I don't know what is. So now they're inviting her to the White House. They were talking to that Saki lady, and she was like, yeah, we would like her to come to the White House and speak to our medical staff and give her some facts. It'd be perfectly safe. You ever see that spy movie where the guy was like warning the other girl? He's like, I think it was Cameron Diaz and Tom Cruise. And he was like, if they tell you you're safe, you're going to die. You know what I'm saying? If they tell you they're going to take you to a nice safe place and that things are secure, you're in trouble. And I even think that's in the Bible. Like if they warn you that it's going to be safe, you ain't really safe. I'm not quoting like word for word, but it might be in there. I think it might be in there. So I'm just saying. I would not do this. This could be like I said, they said they wanted to go there. And so what if they like brainwash her or something, like one of those conspiracies, you know what I'm saying? She comes out and she's like that disturbing behavior movie, you know what I'm saying? Now she's like not her anymore. She's just like, yep, they are great. You know what I'm saying? Government is great. You know what I'm saying? And then she starts making rap music on how cool the government is. Like the Cash Money guys did. When they were like, vax that thing up. Which is still crazy to me. It's still crazy to me when I see him in that video doing all that shit. Man, it feels like a sellout move. That's all I'm saying. It just feels like a big one because I used to like that group. And then I see this thing come on and I'm like, whoa. But I'm still going back to Nicki Minaj, man. Don't go. This feels like a setup. This could be a trap. You know what I'm saying? What if, you know what I'm saying? They come back and you're brainwashed, or they go out there and you get some crazy government threats. And they're like, look, we'll raise your taxes all crazy. You know what I'm saying? We'll wipe out your bank accounts and you can't do nothing about it. You go crazy like Britney Spears and shave your hair and you go crazy and they'll make you look all crazy in the media, and you'll leave the White House in a straitjacket. It'd be crazy. I wouldn't go do it. If you did do it, I would make sure that we had full permission to bring your own live camera crew. So we could watch you at all times so they don't pull you in another room and like grab a clone, and clone you and bring a clone out here and get rid of the original one. And you come out and it's the Nicki Minaj that's going to play the game. The one's going to play the political game. You got to watch out for that shit. Don't go to the White House. At least not to right now. Let's go later. A few years from now. But I wouldn't do it. I'd be scared. I'd be afraid. I'd be and if you decided to go, I would call everybody, and it's kind of just be like, just in case, I love y'all. Because it would just feel like that. Like I said, it'd be perfectly safe, like that movie, when you're safe, you ain't safe. You're going to go into the honeycomb. They say when you go into the beehive and you see the honeycomb, the queen's room or whatever, you don't come back. So I don't know what kind of medical facility they're going to show you. They're going to be like, here, would you like some water? And all of a sudden you come out, you get sick or something. I wouldn't go do it. They're going to be like, here, have a White House cookie. and you don't see anybody else eating cookies, you don't eat the cookie. You know what I'm saying? You give it to the White House dog. So I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would be really weary. I wouldn't do it. I'm sure she ain't going to do it. I hope she don't do it. Because I wouldn't, man, that's kind of just don't feel right. After all the things you said, and they were like just calmly inviting you. Like, yeah. I mean, you've seen the Dictator movie when he would always tell everybody, oh yeah, let's agree to disagree. And then as soon as you turned around, he was like he took everybody out. He was just taking everybody out. Like they're like, yeah, we would just like you to calmly come check us out, And I just don't. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I wouldn't do it. I'd feel like it's a warning. Don't do it. Don't do it, Miss Minaj. Miss Minaj, I wouldn't do it. Excuse me. Another reason I wouldn't do this is because I wouldn't trust the media. Like, what if the media is going to spin all things? Like I said, I don't trust the news. Another reason I don't trust the news, because like I said, the people they were cheering, were like the rioters and the protesters. The protesters were protesting, but then the people that was rioting were still getting like, praised in the media, like don't arrest shoplifters and just let them go free, and just so everybody just take all the. I mean, I was talking about all the TVs and some other episodes, and that should be the government relief fund. Like I said, extra TVs for like all the stores, for the next season of riots. Like if we have riot season, like if the media is going to brew up like if it's going to be like riot season every summer. And I think it should have like a government fund so people can just hand out TVs or just put them outside the companies, to prevent, some of the, looting and breaking of the property. But I feel like the media was cheering these people and cheering them on. And, but people that were doing family gatherings, when they were showing pictures of people in the media at a barbecue and having like a family get together or something, they were calling them people like super spreaders. But not the people that was all running down the streets, grouped up and piled up and climbing over each other and doing things and taking all the TVs, like I said, and, didn't have to offer me one. And, they was all, I was kind of bummed about it, but I'll get over it. And, but yeah, they called the people that were having like regular old like family gatherings and barbecues super spreaders. But they were cheering on the rioters, and I just felt like that was kind of bananas. Or like, you can go out there, and they were promoting out there. You're allowed to go protest. You can't go to work, but you're allowed to go to protest. You can't go to some people are not in grocery stores. You can't go to certain stores. And then like, and you can go in, you know what I mean? But you're allowed to go riot and do all those things, but you can't go to like a loved one's funeral. You get in trouble. You can't go to a funeral, but you can go to riot and do other things like that. And that's why I don't really trust these guys and don't trust the news. Kind of bothers me, because of that. Like I said, once the media gets a hold of something, man, oh man, do they just lock it in? And, once they see the blood in the water, they just start, like I said, sharks are born swimming. And they just start, they start swarming and circling and start picking at it. Or what can I, they're seeing, and that's what a shark does, in nature, because this is kind of like a similar metaphor for this. Trust me on this, humans. Because that's what a shark does. A shark will see what they can get out of it. And that's what they do when they're, grouping in that circle. They're going to try to get the most out of what they're, the most out of that victim. And the bigger the victim, the more you get out of it. You see what I'm saying? But that's why I don't really trust the media all the time. Because you just don't really know, man. You just like it's just you don't really know because it's all about the next big story for them. It's all about the next big story and how long can the story have like linger time? You know what I mean? The story's got to have that sustainability. It's got to have that ripple effect. So it can't just be like one splash. That splash got to make a nice ripple and go across the whole entire ocean. And if it can't, by golly, they will make sure they can bend it and squeeze it and stretch it and punch it and poke at it and, give it extensions and make something out of it. And that's why I don't like them and I don't really trust them. So you got to be careful. And like I said, Also, I hope everybody has a great day. I hope everybody has a great rest of the week. And I hope everybody's staying healthy and feeling great. And with that said, this has been another episode of Meant to Vent.